Alberta's stance on children and trans rights.
We'll take every step available to make sure that they're well protected.
Critics are worried about charter rights being overlooked. Rolling back blanket rezoning, one step closer to making it a reality. And learning more about long COVID.
Probably at earlier stage of infection, women are more prone to have gut-associated COVID.
Why women are more likely to deal with the illness.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Ian White.
Good afternoon. Alberta's Federation of Labour and LGBTQ advocates are raising concerns that the province could potentially invoke the use of the notwithstanding clause affecting trans youth. The province is introducing Bill 9 sometime this week. It's called the Protecting Alberta's Children Statutes Amendment Act. Its contents have not been made public, but the Federation of Labour and others fear it will affect trans rights. According to an internal government memo leaked to Canadian press in September, the notwithstanding clause is expected to be used in legislation that bans hormone therapy for those under 16, requires parental consent for pronoun changes at school, and blocks trans athletes over 12 from competing in female amateur sport. The province says if and when it uses the clause, it will do so as a last resort.
We're going to use every single legal and constitutional tool that we have to protect our children. We look at this from the lens of our children, what harm they might suffer, they might stand to suffer. We'll take every step available to make sure that they're well protected.
The notwithstanding clause allows governments to pass legislation that could violate certain charter rights. A Calgary MLA is apologizing after accidentally recording herself using profanity on a constituent's voicemail.
All right, go to this next mother.
That was a voicemail left by UCP MLA Tanya Furr while returning calls from constituents upset over how the UCP ended the teacher strike. Furr didn't realize the line was still open when she used the profanity to describe the next caller. The caller, Calgary writer Doug Furby, was sent a copy of the recording and contacted Furr for an explanation.
It was inappropriate. It was a flippant comment, and I'm grateful for the conversation that he had with me and that he accepted my apology. I really appreciate that.
The Calgary Pagan MLA says she's received lots of angry calls and emails since the province used the notwithstanding clause against teachers. Calgary City Councillors will get to debate repealing blanket rezoning, but it will mean another costly public hearing if they move ahead. Jordan Canagan is in City Hall with more. And Jordan, any changes to the bylaw would still be months away.
Ian, blanket rezoning was a big issue on the campaign trail during the election, with some councillors vowing to repeal it on day one. The process, though, will take a whole lot longer than that. However, council did take a pretty big step forward this morning in heading in that direction. A motion will go to council to revert the land use bylaw back to what it was before blanket rezoning was passed last year. That full debate will happen at City Hall in December. If it passes, administration will start to draft changes, and a public hearing will have to happen sometime early next year. The last public hearing was more than 2 weeks long and cost more than $1 million. But the mayor says repealing blanket rezoning and replacing it is the right move.
In terms of the replacement, it's very important for us to approach it not just from a government perspective in terms of capital, the housing that we're building through, say, Calgary Housing Company, affordable housing, but also on the regulatory side.
Now, if blanket rezoning is repealed, any application that is submitted before council actually gets to that vote will be exempt from that repeal. So they'll be able to move forward with those applications. And some councillors wonder if all of a sudden we'll see a lot more of those applications in the next couple of months. Now, if the votes are there in December, we expect to have that public hearing take place in March. Ian?
Thanks very much, Jordan. The Calgary father and his daughter have died in California after being pulled into the ocean by a large wave. On Friday, in an area well known for rip currents, the 7-year-old girl was swept off the shoreline by waves estimated to be as high as 6 meters. The sheriff's office says her father, Yu-Ji Hu, and the girl's mother went into the water to save her. Both parents were taken to hospital where the father was pronounced dead. A volunteer diver helped recover the girl's body the next day.
There's a small beach there, but the waves are very, very strong. In that area, it's not something that you can just walk in the water and swim.
The mother was treated for hypothermia and was released. A 2-year-old child, also at the scene, was not injured. Police believe there's nothing criminal about the human remains found at Nose Hill Park. A person reported the discovery on Friday morning near the 64th Avenue entrance. Police say they're still waiting for final autopsy results. A 20-year-old has been charged following a carjacking which saw the driver going the wrong way on 2 major roads. The carjacking happened just before 2 Sunday morning near the transit garage on 32nd Avenue Northeast. Police say the vehicle was later spotted going the wrong way on Crowchild Trail. The police helicopter saw the driver trying to carjack other vehicles in Cranston before heading north in the southbound lanes of the Deerfoot. No one was injured. Lawrence Albadawi is now facing a number of charges, including dangerous driving and robbery. World Day of Remembrance for Road Victims was on Sunday, and it comes as Calgary hits a 10-year high for fatalities. There have been 32 traffic fatalities this year and more than 2,500 injuries. About 40% involved speed and 65% involved a pedestrian, cyclist, or motorcyclist. 3 of them were hit and runs, and 4 involved impairment. Police say a growing population means there are more chances for people to get hurt.
So we look at vulnerable road users. So when we look at cyclists, we look at pedestrians, we look at motorcyclists. We're getting far more of those on the road now, and 65% have happened this year in relation to those vulnerable road users. So we think that's a bit of a trend there we've got that we need to be looking at.
Police encourage drivers and pedestrians to slow down, be alert, and obey the rules of the road. The City of Calgary is looking for public input to help make every drop of water count. Last year, a water main break resulted in citywide water restrictions. Now the city wants ideas on using and conserving water into the future. Those ideas will help shape the 2026 Water Efficiency Plan. The city says more efficient water use will be necessary as Calgary grows and our climate changes. You can visit the city website to give your input until December 7th. Danielle joins us now, and it's about to cool down.
Yeah, so what a way to kick off the week. We're over 10 degrees above normal because normal is around 2 and we got to 14 today. We will not be getting this warm for the rest of this week, so we have to say goodbye to the teens. 9 degrees is the current temperature at the airport. The winds are calm for today. The clouds have moved in. There's a small chance of an isolated shower throughout the evening hours. Overnight, we have a little bit of a wind chill start to build in. -5 is what it will feel like. It will also feel like -5 to kick off tomorrow morning. This system, so we've been dealing with the warm front today, so we got the warmer air. Tomorrow's the cold front. That's going to bring with it the risk of freezing rain, and even snowflakes. Wind chill of -5 in the morning, only getting up to a high of 2 in the afternoon, and in the afternoon it will start getting gusty on top of that. Gusts out of the northwest at 40 kilometers per hour. That's your 24-hour forecast, brought to you by 5th Avenue Volkswagen, where you can win your ride. See dealer for details or visit 5thavvw.com.
Thank you, Danielle. Alberta is changing its policy on hunting. Next, why deer and elk on fenced-in properties are now considered fair game. And new research from the University of Alberta on long COVID and why more women are affected by it. Alberta is legalizing fenced-in hunting of farm-raised elk and deer. The policy change is buried in a larger bill dealing with everything from driver's licenses to accrediting foreign professionals. The legislation removes Alberta's long-standing ban on hunting domestic elk or deer and will now allow producers to operate what the province calls harvest preserves. Those are fenced properties where clients pay to shoot farm-raised animals. The government says the change will bring much-needed new revenue to the struggling game farming industry. Wildlife advocates warn the plan raises ethical concerns and could increase the spread of chronic wasting disease.
It's not hunting. It's shooting fish in a barrel. We have concerns over the continued spread of CWD. There's still interaction because there is only a single fence on these places. There's still interaction between truly wild cervids and the farmed ones. And there's still disease can be transmitted back and forth.
Fenced-in hunting is already allowed in Saskatchewan and Quebec and in about half of the American states. Breaking news from Ottawa. The federal government has survived a confidence vote. The Liberal budget just passed 170 votes to 168. Green Party leader Elizabeth May voted to support the budget. 4 MPs declined to vote, including Alberta MP Matt Genereux. And Canada's premiers and the Prime Minister held a virtual meeting today. The Prime Minister's office says Mark Carney highlighted the role of nation-building projects in advancing Canada's economy, and that includes realizing Canada's full potential as an energy superpower. The premiers and the Prime Minister also talked about reducing interprovincial trade barriers and standardizing building codes to enable the construction of more affordable homes. You know, anytime you say freezing rain, I get a little bit anxious. I don't like that.
I know. Freezing rain is a tough one because it could be totally fine driving down the highway, and then it's not. So be careful out there, especially tomorrow morning, because patchy freezing rain is certainly in the forecast, especially during the morning commute time. I'll show you that in the Futurecast in just a second. The camera's starting to bounce around here. The winds are starting to pick up a little bit, getting a little gusty, because it was not gusty in the city today. The clouds have moved in throughout the day today. We have a small chance of an isolated shower over these next couple of hours. But the key thing for today is it was certainly toasty. Warm temperatures, we got up to 14 in the city, and many communities in the south got into the teens as well. Still sitting in those double digits, even as we have started our decline a couple of hours ago for the day. Sitting at 11 in Lethbridge and Milk River, 10 in Medicine Hat, and again, we're at 9 in the city at this point. Brooks is down to 6 right now, but Brooks didn't get quite as warm, neither did Drumheller for today. Now, here's the story. First today, the warm front. So that brought in a warmer air mass, and we had it spark up a few showers as well that are starting to intensify as they reach the Saskatchewan border. This is mainly a Saskatchewan thing now because it's starting to die out and move out. But still the potential, especially in the far south, for isolated showers for the next few hours. Then we clear out. I'll show you this on the Futurecast. This rain clears out, and then for tomorrow is when we get the second wave. And the second wave is the cold front. So it's going to bring with it some mixed precipitation. It's also going to usher in a much cooler air mass. And this much cooler air mass is here to stay for the rest of the week. So no more teens in our forecast. All right. So here's the pink. That's this model identifying the risk of freezing rain, really from Calgary down Highway 2 to Lethbridge. Even parts of QE2 could see it. This is a shot at 8 o'clock in the morning and where we have the highest potential of this. For the far, far south, it should be warm enough and just above that freezing mark that we're looking at rain. What's going to happen is the system will circle as it develops above us. And as we warm up for the day, we'll switch over into some rainfall. And then as it pulls down that cooler air from the north as we get later in the day, this is going to start to switch over potentially to freezing rain again and then into snowfall. So a little bit of everything is in the forecast for most communities for tomorrow because of the temperature contour with this. We're looking at ranging anywhere from, as this pushes through, 7 degrees to -1 degrees. And that's why we're looking at the potential of so much mixed precipitation for the morning and then switching for the afternoon and then that mix back for the evening hours tomorrow. Then Then this clears out, and then we're stable, but again, the cold air will not clear out. That's here to stay. 2 degrees is our high for tomorrow, and keep in mind in the morning with the wind chill it will feel more like -5. So a chilly day, you'll need the layers. Freezing rain possible early in the morning, also possible later in the day, mixed with rain in the afternoon and snow later in the day as well. And then it's dry, it's sunny, but only a high of 4 for Wednesday and Thursday. We'll struggle to get to 8 degrees by Friday.
New research out of the University of Alberta suggests women are 3 times more likely to develop long COVID symptoms compared to men. Tests were carried out on patients who developed long COVID symptoms 1 year after their initial infection. Researchers found higher levels of certain proteins in female patients' blood due to gut damage. These proteins may drive chronic inflammation, a contributor to long COVID.
Probably at the earliest stage of infection, women are more prone to have gut-associated COVID, because you might have heard that some people, when they get SARS-CoV-2 infection, they have gastrointestinal symptoms.
The research also suggests women had a more rapid immune response to their initial COVID infection, but that could result in tissue damage in the long run. Canada may not reach its goal of eliminating cervical cancer by 2040. It's one of the only cancers that can be prevented through vaccination. According to the 2025 Canadian Cancer Statistics Report, cervical cancer rates are no longer declining and have plateaued. The report's co-author says it could be because of low participation in getting the HPV vaccine and routine cervical cancer screening. Over 1,600 new cases of cervical cancer are projected to be diagnosed this year. Minimum wage in Alberta is the lowest in Canada, and it may stay that way for a while. Still ahead, the bill to increase it gets the cold shoulder. Inflation in Canada starts to slow down. Joining me is Liana Wachniak, investment advisor with the Popwich-Carmally Advisory Group. And Liana, new inflation numbers released today.
That's right, and we saw inflation slow to 2.2% in the month of October. Here in Alberta, it's actually even lower. We're at 1.8% year over year. That's slowing from an Alberta number of 1.9% last month. Now, a lot of that was driven by gasoline prices, but in good news for many of us, we did also see grocery prices start to slow, actually at their fastest pace since 2020. So that was a fairly significant development. One other, I would say, not so good piece of inflation news there. We saw cellular services tick up about 7% year over year. That's a fairly major jump, and the first one we have seen in a couple of years.
And Jeff Bezos is getting into the AI business.
That's right, and it's an interesting week this week because there's lots of AI news coming out. NVIDIA is reporting midweek, so there's been lots of news in this space. But the New York Times reported today that Jeff Bezos is getting into the AI space, partnering with somebody who also worked at Google's basically their exploratory side of their business, their Moonshot project. And the two of them together will be working on developing AI and the AI platforms for things like computers and space travel, as well as automobiles. Now, Jeff Bezos is partially funding some of this project, so it's a very, very well-funded startup. They have about 100 employees already, but it's a big name to get into this industry and might actually shake things up a little bit.
Liana, thanks for the update.
Thank you.
An NDP bill to increase Alberta's minimum wage has been defeated. UCP MLAs voted against the bill. The NDP wanted to hike the minimum wage to $18 an hour over 3 years. Right now it's $15, the lowest in Canada, and minors can be paid $13 an hour. The NDP bill would have also eliminated the lower wage for teenagers. Alberta's minimum wage hasn't changed for 7 years. A motion to repeal Calgary's blanket rezoning is is going to council. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Ian. The debate is expected to happen at a December council meeting, but it will be a long, costly process to repeal the entire bylaw. Coming up at 6, we'll have more reaction from City Hall. Also ahead, a shelter in High River is making it easier for women to leave abusive relationships. Coming up, we'll tell you how allowing pets is helping reduce a barrier to safety. Ian.
Thanks, Tara. Do you get enough alone time? Do you enjoy being alone? Can you be alone without looking at your phone? Psychologist Robert J. Copeland explores those ideas in The Joy of Solitude, how to reconnect with yourself in an over-connected world. And joining us is Robert J. Copeland from Ottawa. Thanks for speaking with us today.
Great to be here.
I'm going to run a phrase from the book past you, and that is solitary confinement. It's punishment for the worst people, and it involves solitude. How can we learn to appreciate solitude as a very positive thing?
Yeah, solitary confinement is one of the worst ways that we can experience solitude because it's definitely unwanted and it also deprives us of any kind of stimulus or being completely cut off from the world. But it is a good example of solitude being kind of manifested as a punishment. You can also think about a timeout for an unruly toddler. But of course, you know, we can also experience solitude as a gift, as a reward, particularly when we choose to go there, when we choose to spend time in solitude, when we take some me time. It has a lot of good things to offer us.
Now, a lot of your research revolves around introverts and extroverts. Can extroverts truly enjoy solitude?
Yeah, we all need social connection. Everybody, but I would also argue that we all need solitude, even extroverts. Extroverts tend to try to avoid spending time alone, and when they are alone, they try to what I would call social wash their solitude. They go on their phone, they scroll social media, maybe they text, maybe they even FaceTime. But I would say that by doing this, by depriving themselves of some actual true solitude, they are missing out on some of these good things that I was saying that solitude can offer us.
Mm-hmm. To see my extended interview with Robert Copeland, visit ctvnews.ca/Calgary. It could get a little challenging on the roads tomorrow during the morning commute. We're looking at the possibility of freezing rain. Danielle has the details coming up. Okay, the rush hour in the morning could be rather interesting.
And we always talk about fall having all these swings in temperature and conditions. We've had a lot of that, and we're going to have more of that. So don't be surprised, after our daytime high of 14 degrees today, that we switch to a cold day tomorrow, freezing rain, snow, and rain. Okay, normal is 2 degrees for this time of year. As you can see, we're well above it. The normal is 16.7, so we were even close to record-breaking for today. For some reason, my graphic won't change. There we are. Tomorrow, just a high of 2, -5 with the wind chill in the morning. That comes with freezing rain likely in the morning, freezing rain back later in the day, snow and rain mixed in with this as well.
Thanks, Danielle. A fundraiser is underway that's sure to make you smile. The Holiday Smile Cookie Campaign kicking off at Tim Hortons this morning. A couple Calgary Stampeders lending their hands to the good cause at the Riverbend Tim Hortons. The sale of every cookie this week helps support the Calgary Food Bank and Tim Hortons camps. Last year, over $100,000 was raised. The Holiday Smile Cookie Campaign wraps up on Sunday. Thanks for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.